Hello students, today we are going to discuss about unit 6, that is life processes. We have already done digestive system. Now we will be going to respiratory system. Now what is respiration? Respiration, definition of respiration is a process of breakdown of simple carbohydrates such as glucose to liberate energy, and it is also known as cellular respiration. Why it is known as cellular respiration? Because the respiration takes place inside the living cells, and energy released during respiration is stored as ATP molecule. But now we go with the human respiratory system. Which are the organs present in the human respiratory system? That is the nostrils, nasal. Now nostrils, you already know what are nostrils. That is where the entry and the exit of air takes place. I think everyone should be aware of the nostrils. That is, we take in air and we give out air through which, that is through the nostrils. Now from the nostrils, the air is passed to the nasal passage. Now in the nasal passage, the air gets filtered. Now the air gets filtered. How does the air get filtered? It gets filtered because there are tiny hair and mucus present in the nasal chamber, which filters the air. Now the filtered air passes to the other organs in the throat. Now the other organs in the throat are pharynx, larynx and trachea. Pharynx, it is a tubular passage through which, trachea is a tubular passage through which air passes. Then what is pharynx? Pharynx is a part of the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means what? It is the digestive system. The organs which are present for the digestion of food. It is a tube that carries food to the esophagus and air to the windpipe. Now we go, what is larynx? Larynx is the voice box, or we can say where the vocal cords are situated. So that is the main organs in the throat are pharynx, larynx and trachea. Trachea is also known as the windpipe. Now the windpipe, trachea, is in the chest cavity, extended from the throat to lungs. Now rings of cartilage, they are present so that the air passage does not collapse. Now what is cartilage? Cartilage, it is a soft and smooth tissue which helps the air not to collapse. Now we go with the next organ of respiration, that is the lungs. We have a pair of lungs in the chest cavity. Now already we have discussed external nostrils, that is entry and exit of air. Then through the nasal chamber, the air is being filtered. It passes, the filtered air is transported through pharynx, trachea and bronchi to the lungs. Now in the lungs, we have again two divisions, that is the bronchioles and the alveoli. The exchange of gases takes place in the alveoli. Then we have the accessory respiratory organs which helps in respiration, that is the diaphragm and the ribs. And we have hemoglobin as the respiratory pigment. The respiratory pigment is called the hemoglobin. Now hemoglobin is situated in the red blood corpuscles. It has great affinity for oxygen. Now the main breathing part, that is when we breathe in air, the ribs are lifted and the diaphragm flattens when we inhale air. Therefore, the chest cavity becomes larger and air is sucked into the lungs. Blood brings the carbon dioxide from the rest of the body to the alveoli, and oxygen is taken up by the blood in the alveoli blood vessels to be transported. Now this oxygen and carbon dioxide which we have taken in, the hemoglobin has great affinity for oxygen. So the oxygen gas is supplied to all the different cells of the body through hemoglobin, and the oxygen being soluble is given out through the blood. Then we have the small bronchioles which terminate into a balloon-like structure in the lungs called the alveoli. The walls of the alveoli have an extensive network of blood capillaries. And hemoglobin level, the hemoglobin level in the human being, you see, that is most important. There is a certain level for the male and for the female, and even for the children and for the animals, the hemoglobin level always differs. It is due to the hemoglobin that the person is a healthy person. The hemoglobin level in men is about 13.5 to 17.5 grams per deciliter. In women it is 12 to 15.5 grams per deciliter. Now this level, if this level is below, if the blood RBC level is below this reading, then that means that person is suffering from deficiency of iron, because in hemoglobin iron is the main constituent which gives the hemoglobin the level which is required. And since hemoglobin has great affinity for oxygen, the cells get the supply. But if the level goes down, that means there will be less supply of oxygen to the cells. In women, it is 12 to 15.5. Again, I said that the level of hemoglobin differs in human beings and in the animals. In the cow, the hemoglobin level should be 10 to 15 grams per deciliter. For the buffalo, it should be 12.5 to 14.5 grams deciliter. And in infants, the children, the hemoglobin is quite different as compared to the adult human being. So this ends with the respiratory system. I have explained in short, and now we go after, that is the next period, we go with the next part, that is the circulatory system. Any questions you have, you prepare the questions. Any doubts you have, we discuss it in the next class, whatever doubts are there. Thank you.